Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Total Maintenance YouTube channel. Here we have today 2003 LEXUS RX300. And this little SUV arrived on the tow truck. The owner called me and she said, "Hey Peter, you did my front brakes, rear brakes, you are my LEXUS mechanic, you remember? It's a new customer. But my Lexus is dead. It just died at me at the store. I couldn't start it. I think it's Alternator. It was the weekend, so I towed it to my house. And please put me in the schedule." So I did. So I confirmed in the parking lot it's dead. And obviously, look how beautiful it is. Really, really beautiful interior. So I grabbed my booster pack, went in the parking lot. I did it without you. It was too noisy there to film. And the connections were still on. I already removed it for testing, but I will show you the testing. I connected these, right? And on the first click, the vehicle nicely jump start. Using that pack still connected to the vehicle with open hood, I drove her here, and I own 3 different battery testers. But I tell you what, this is the number one, top down. RT battery 101. What this does, it's unbelievable. So you hook it to the battery. Now if you want to have the most perfect and precise test, you remove the terminals. Very important, because with terminals there might be bad connection, the wires might be dirty, and so on and so on. If you want to have a really precise diagnosis, you need to remove it. Trust me on that. So the battery was super dirty. I already cleaned that to see the CCA, which is the cold cranking amps 750. So look, it has only 12 watts, which makes sense. It was running only for like 4 minutes, 5 minutes. And this is what I got from that tester. State of health 19%. State of charge 35%. The battery had at that moment only 12.24 volts. It had capacity only 280 amps, and internal resistance was very high, 10.26 milliohms. The tester said replace the battery. This removal should be easy. 10 millimeter nut and bolt. This sometimes breaks because the rust, because how often you are removing the battery from the vehicle. They should last at least 5 years, depending where you live and what weather it is exposed. Please don't ever lose this strap. Don't throw it away. How many times we see vehicles, it's like a hook, hopefully you can see it. How many times we see the vehicles coming to our services, the battery will be moving here around, which obviously is a problem, because you have entire vehicle needs perfect connection between these two places, and if the battery keeps doing this, well, that's already a big problem. So battery out, there's always opportunity. Peek down here, check the tray. Ideally you just clean it, get rid of this dust. There is 0 rust on the tray, which is fantastic. I love it. I meant on the metallic part of the vehicle, the supporting area. Plastic tray, and we can put the new battery in. There is always option to buy cheaper one, so-called premium, but I always prepare prefer to buy for my customers the extreme as a minimum. I was looking on the old one before the guy showed up for the sticker. So we can see this is December 24th. We are in beginning of January 25. So this is absolutely new battery. I was trying to see for all of us the info on the old one, but there was no sticker. It was scratched out here, and that was not clear what year was it. And I didn't have enough time to get that for us as a interesting item to see how long the battery lasted. Now, as you can see, it comes with these protective caps. So you leave them on, and now you have to really clean this entire connector. For that, you go in your auto parts stores. This is for battery terminals. These things, guys, also everybody needs. It goes, what, less than 10 bucks, who knows, $5. So for the cables, as I said, this will be for terminal, but for the cable you open it and there is a metal brush which is round, and that helps you to clean inside of this thing. I will take another metallic brush after I'm done with this inside, and I will also clean it on the outside. And I'm not worried about creating any sparks and fire because the terminals are still protected. That's why you don't remove it yet. That will be very silly after all. So now I'm ready to peel this off. You grab the tab here and it basically splits it and takes it off the cap. You can see it hopefully. Oh yeah. So I can put it away and connect the plus. Make sure you put it all the way. How many times people will not open enough that 10mm here? They won't. And you see this connector, this entire part is above the terminal. You don't want that. You want to put it all the way down. Where is the 10mm little wrench? Do I have it fully open? Look at it. I want to check. You never know if the previous terminals on battery were exactly the same size. So push it all the way in, and now carefully, you don't want to yank on it so hard you will break this terminal, the connector. Right? Use common sense. Basically, it's very easy. You can try if you can still move it. If you cannot move it side by side, it's not coming up, that's enough. You don't want to over tighten it. You cannot yank on the wrench may be small, but you cannot yank too much on it. Now I can, just for install, I can cap it, but we will be treating it back. I think it will be the best right now to install that strap back. And I brought anti-seize lubricant because how many times we try to undo this one and that bolt, it's a relatively small bolt, 10mm, it will break. Yes, it will break because, as we already said, you don't remove the battery very often. So this hook needs to be caught on the tray or underneath it, whatever term you want to use in English. Now I'm holding it with my two fingers and I'm bringing this part, strap. It might be a little bit finicky here because I don't want to lose that hook, the strap right here. I can, if I want to go really perfect, I can put the anti-seize also here where the nut goes. Sure. And I will just put it down a little bit. Yeah, it's still loose, but I will not lose it right now. Here we are. I will align that strap with this opening, and this is the most important. These break a lot because they just keep rusting as they sit here, and then we come with power tool or the ratchet, it doesn't matter. You will break it anyway, so I will correctly torque this one, and after that I will continue with that nut. But my friend, you don't want to crush the battery, it's just made of plastic, so it's the same common sense. Observe this part as it will start clamping down on the battery. Try to move the battery, and you see that? That's exactly enough. I will use the same caution here. I will torque it. It needs to be tight, but you don't want to over tight it, damage the strap or crush the terminal. I know it will not move, there's no way it will move. As I mentioned before, you could use the chemical cleaner. I just used the brushes, the steel brushes, and here is the protector. There's barely anything left in it, but I think there is still some. So look, it creates a red color, what is it, surface. It creates surface which should slow down that battery terminal rust. I will do the same here. That's basically all it's needed. I will let it dry before I will put that cover on. Always leave your window when you work on the cars like this. Always leave it open. I keep my key here, but you don't want to ever put the battery on and the car will lock itself, and then you will be standing outside staring on the seat where your key is. So let's go and see if we were successful. So the idle will be always a little bit higher. 260 and 111 miles on the odometer. But uh-oh, something's up. Houston, we have a problem. This wasn't here before. The battery was being charged by alternator 14.24, I believe, volts, and when I was here we didn't have a battery, or this is a charging system warning light, so the idle is coming down. But this is new situation. When the vehicle was cold, it was perfectly charging. Oh yeah, I just heard the locks recycle. So let's see, let's grab our multimeter and see what's going on. I wish I showed it to you, because now you will be, oh Peter, you are full of it, but I had on that bad battery, I had 14.24, so let's see what we are getting right now. Uh-oh, we are running the battery, the alternator doesn't work whatsoever right now. See 12.10, 12.14, 12.13, it keeps moving between 12.10 and 12.14. So we are basically just running this battery down and sucking it. The alternator and charging system doesn't work, and that is confirmed with the warning light in the dashboard. This is definitely unusual, that behavior with this vehicle. So what is the next steps? So the alternator, which is located here, is not charging. You need to check your fuses. This Lexus has two areas for fuses. There is one right here, and there is a 140 amp huge fuse for alternator. Is it correct? No, it's the one above, excuse me. This is 60, this is 140, so that's alternator fuse. And there's another fuse box. It has nothing related to the alternator. It's right here, it's in the cabin. So there's another fuse box here, you can check that too. But as I said, the owner's manual, which was in the glove box, says there are no related fuses to the charging system. So basically the other step is to replace the alternator. I did it without you. New alternator in the place, the belt correctly, tension on the belt correct. I put this back together because when you are replacing alternator you have to disconnect the battery. Let's go see together what are the results. This is a tricky case today. It is what it is. There was definitely some intermittent function on that alternator. And as you can see, that charging light, the warning light, is immediately gone. And obviously I'm not going to call the customer unless I will verify the charging voltage on the system. So let's see. The idle is slowly coming down. Let's see what we are getting from the new alternator. 14.3835. Right, so it's going between 14.34. I believe it's the smallest, but somewhere there up till 38. So we have a finally perfectly working vehicle, and let's see what we have after the test drive. 1424, 23, 1424, or 23 or 25. That's the result. I hope you will enjoy this video and many of you will find it helpful for their own diagnosis. If you like it, please give it a thumb up and stay tuned. I have way more coming your way soon. Thank you for watching and have a great day, my friend.